Double D is a podcast hosted by two friends who have a lot of opinions. These opinions may or may not be based on actual facts and therefore should be taken with a lot of salt. Although our lovely producers may agree with us at times, Meadow and Pluck are not, I repeat, not responsible for our antics. And we apologize beforehand.
She fall under the catcher and how you bloom so.
What's up, party people? This is Destinee from the Double D Podcast, a weekly conversation between two friends gabbing about everything from art, politics, music, pop culture, and then some. If you love us, like us, and want to hear more of us, please like, listen, and subscribe, and follow us on all our social media. Thank you. And without much ado, Double D.
Hey everybody, with D Streeter on vacation this week, we are giving a go to something we want to introduce in season 2, which is where we have co-hosts or guests or just, awesome people join us to chat. And this week, we're doing that with my pal Billy.
What's up, guys?
So, get ready. He's funny, he's hilarious, he's charming. He's pretty smart and only mildly annoying. You're going to love him. I love him. We've known each other for almost 20 years.
Because we're old.
And we met when we were wee babes. So we're going to talk about all sorts of things. We're going to do some pop culture, current event-y things, and just talk about what we've been up to. And, so thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Anytime. No, really, anytime. Let's. I want to start with TV because we talk a lot about TV. So let's talk with the show that we're both watching, which is the Great British Baking Show.
I know. I finished it. I won't spoil it for you.
Okay. I was like, I haven't finished it. Shut your mouth.
I'll tell you who wins.
Just skip to the part where the winner is.
Yeah. Why do you watch that show?
Oh my God. Why do I not watch that show? I love that show so much. First of all, I really like watching a cooking show where I haven't heard of 2/3 of the food.
Yeah, everything on there I've Googled. Every time I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, what? Also, They seem to be, they call those biscuits.
Right.
They're not biscuits.
No, in the pudding episode, I was like,
yeah.
Why do they call it pudding?
None of that's pudding.
None of that's pudding. Or why do we call pudding pudding?
Yeah, I think we might be messing things up.
Probably, since they were first.
Proper English.
I love it. And you know what I also love is that it's a reality show where people are nice to each other.
They are all super duper nice. Like, they're always like, good job.
So helpful.
Well done.
Some people have extra ingredients and they offer it up to the person.
Or they help them plate things.
I know.
Like they're getting ready. Yeah.
I fucking love it. Mm-hmm. I feel like America is missing the point of reality TV.
Where we're real mean to everyone?
Yeah.
But I love that too.
I don't love that.
I love real mean things.
And here's where we differ.
Did you see Jersey Shore at all?
No. Garbage. I don't watch any of that garbage. It makes my insides, panicky to watch.
Huh.
No, I accidentally watched Big Brother a couple weeks ago.
I don't know about that one. But...
Well, it was just like Sabotage Central. I was just like...
So there's nothing on Jersey Shore that they're trying to sabotage each other, but they do fight a lot, and it's fun to watch. But I see what you're saying about the British Bake Off, because they're all very, very nice to each other. Even whenever they're criticized, like whenever Paul and, what's the new judge's name? Prue,
which is also one of my favorite names.
Okay, first of all, let's talk about her string and a ball necklace that she keeps wearing. It's made by a toddler. It's great that your grandma, you made grandma a necklace. I'm going to wear it on the TV.
She's going to wear it on TV, though.
There's a lot of them, too. One just looks like a crumpled up string. I made this crumpled up string on a string for you, grandma. I'm sorry, Nana.
They're also all, asymmetrical, which also bothers my, OCD. Yeah. I'm like, your necklace is askew, Prue.
Please fix that, Prue.
Please, turn your necklace.
And then Paul, is that his
Hollywood,
name? Yeah. Paul Hollywood. I love everything about him. I love that he's chubby and fake tanned and salt and peppered, and then he's a real jerk, and that everyone just like waits with bated breath to see if they get a handshake.
The handshake. I was just gonna say.
He's leaning forward. Is he gonna shake my hand?
Just kidding. I punched you.
Right. And he's like, push your shit off the table. It's absolute and total crap.
He is like the hard ass of the show, but also still so nice
I know,
compared to like.
I wish that it tasted good.
He's like, well, this is raw.
Yeah.
And inedible, but
It looks lovely.
Have a good morning. Yeah. He's like still tries to be nice about it. Yeah, I really like that they're all home cooks.
Yeah,
So it's like a total amateur cooking, except everyone on there makes amazing shit that I could not even ever fathom preparing.
What is her name?
When they do fucking bread sculptures.
Stephanie? Something? I can't remember her name now. Anyway, she was like, yeah, I was a ballerina for a while, and then I got too tall, and then I joined the military for a while, and now I've just decided to make incredible treats.
Oh, I know. Everyone is so the backstories of all the contestants are cool.
Or there's
one
like
girl
always
is like
one 14-year-old dude that learned to cook from his mom yesterday.
I know, which is also sweet. There's nothing I don't love about it. And it's like perfect background noise for me because like I don't have to follow it, but it's just calming. And so if I just want to have sound on, like while I fall asleep or something, I'm just like, I'm going to listen to these British people talk about food
We
ingredients.
saw a whole category of Netflix the other day, and I can't remember what they called it now, but Shayla and I were like, oh, that's just the shows in the background.
Yeah.
There's a whole category. I can't even remember what they called it now. I need to look it up. But we were like, oh, this is our jam. Have something on in the background. You don't have to pay close attention. It's fine if the boy is talking the whole time
Right.
that we're watching this.
Because it doesn't really matter,
doesn't.
but it's just nice to have that sound.
Especially British. Like, I'll watch anything. Okay, Australian is what I really like. Like, if there's anything Australian, I will watch it. I don't care if it's the dumbest shit ever.
Because you love the accent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
my series, and she's actually New Zealand.
Yeah.
She understands, I would say, probably 60% of what I say. Maybe 50. But I just like listening to her.
Is it also your talk to text is New Zealand too?
Yeah, and she has no idea what my
That's
southern
my
self is saying.
favorite part is when I get texts from you that I'm like, that's not, he couldn't possibly have meant any of those words.
I didn't. New Zealand, like Kiwi
But I like that
Siri
you're just like, fucking
said,
send anyways.
Yep. I'm like, that's close enough.
Close enough.
Like when I said I was on the way to Momo and Papa's, my grandparents' house. She told someone I was on the way to Mom on my balls. I was like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard ever, and never would I
Never
say
on my
that.
way to there.
No thanks. I don't want
On my
that.
balls.
I changed her back to American for
Yeah,
like a week
you're like,
for that.
you're out. You're fired.
I put her on probation. Put her on
Timeout?
Yeah, she got a super timeout. I was like, I'm even listening to a dude this time. It's not even gonna be a lady.
Oh god, that's good. Yeah. Also, I cry every episode of
I do cry a lot
the
too.
British baking show.
And with the new host, that lady cries a lot. The old lady host?
Prue?
No, the cheeky lesbians were
Oh,
replaced.
and they replaced them with Noel and I can't remember her name.
British Snape and the old lady.
No. Correct.
Yeah. Wait,
Snape
British
was
Snape
already
is
British.
Dang it.
Ding dong.
Okay,
She does.
British
Everyone
Snape.
gets teary eyed, and like the other contestants get teary eyed, and then like I don't know. I think that's part of what kicks me in the feels too. Is that like they're also genuine about how they're feeling, so it's not like no one's been catty and shitty the whole time, so it's like I actually feel bad for everyone because I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, they weren't very good, but
And
they
they make them-
tried.
They make them sit so close when they're gonna tell them. Like they're all shoulder to shoulder. And they're like, do you know there's only two of you, right?
I
There's
never
only three
thought
left.
about that. They do squeeze them in.
They squeeze them in real tight.
That's
Which is
emotional
fine
manipulation.
when there are 15 of you or whatever
Right.
it starts off with, but when there's only 3 left, maybe maybe by that point they have grown to love each other so much they have to sit shoulder to shoulder.
Maybe they're like, you guys don't have to, and they're like, no, it's okay. We're gonna hold each other.
We can. We have to be touching for some part of the judging.
Oh, it is. I love it though.
It's a good show.
And I don't know, for some reason, there's something sort of cathartic. I like that at least once a week I'm gonna make myself cry a little.
Yeah, I started doing that with Parenthood.
Yep.
But then it was just like
That's-
sobbing.
I was like,
crying.
that's not cry a little. That's like have a full break.
Yeah, I had to stop watching
Every
it.
Thursday
I
or
don't even.
whatever.
My mom's like, "Have you finished it yet? I'm gonna talk about things," because she's
Oh.
a super spoiler of everything when it comes to
That
shows.
show hasn't been on the air for a long time.
I know. I started watching it on Netflix.
Okay, I was like,
Like I
many years.
started from season 1 on the Netflix.
Are you going to finish it?
I don't know. I don't know if I got the fortitude. I could watch one episode every month and be like, "Whew, glad I got that out."
Recover from that one.
Yeah. Need to go. I'm gonna be off next
Time
week because I
it.
watch Parenthood.
I was going to say, time it with your weekend. And so, like, on your Friday, like, watch an episode and be like, I need 2 days to recover. That's how I felt about This Is Us, too.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah. It started letting me down. Parenthood was really good. You should finish watching it. It's good all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I love them all, and so
I kind of, like, I'm not really a crier most of the time, like, in my regular life. But lately, movies and music and TV, hard cry all the time.
I've always been like I'm always like sobbing. I went to see when Titanic came out. I saw it in the theater, and not that I'm not a big fan of Kate Winslet. I think she's amazing. So it's a little bit sad whenever the whole her and Jack thing
Don't
is happening.
ruin it for me. I don't know how it ends.
Yeah, you think like
Just
one of the
kidding.
movies that they could change the ending,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And this doesn't need to be so sad. But I was literally sobbing so hard that people were checking on me. Like, people in the theater that didn't know me at all were like, "Do you need to go? Are you okay?" And I was like, because I was just thinking about all those people, especially like the people down below that the door's just locked, and so if like you're lower class,
Oh, yeah.
you're just bound to die.
Yeah.
Or like the mom's reading the babies a story.
Yeah.
Like, we're all gonna die later, but here's about a rabbit.
Right.
And so yeah, like I've always cried at everything. I get a little teared up when I see, we call it the dumb British baby at the beginning, the new beginning of the Great British Baking Show.
Yeah.
There's a baby.
Oh, I
in
skip
it.
the intro every time.
Oh no, we watch it every time, and I'm like, oh, there she is.
She's just a cute baby. Makes you
It might
tear
not
up a
even
little.
be a girl, or I don't know. It's just a
Just a cute-
non-gendered cute. We call it Britain's baby. Me and Shayla do.
And it just makes you choke up a little
I'm like, oh, look at that baby.
because it's so cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also always been a little weepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the shift was, but I went from like, well, that's a fake thing, so it's not sad, to, oh my God, I can relate, and this is gut wrenching. Yeah. And I don't know what the turn was, but yeah.
It's probably Parenthood.
That show broke
Fucked
my
you up.
emotions.
Yeah, but it's a
It was
long-lasting
like
effect.
yeah. I once rode a Gravitron 6 times.
Ooh.
And on the 6th time when I got off, I vomited a little, and then ever since then, my equilibrium's not been right. Like, I've been very easily
I'm
dizzy.
okay. I'm okay. You're
Exactly. It's exactly right.
falling over.
So I feel like maybe Parenthood is the emotional equivalent to the Gravitron.
Parenthood is an emotional gravitron, and I can't go on
And
it
I rode
anymore.
it 6 times, and now I'm fucked.
One time, well, no, I rode it all the time until, because I used to go to the fair every year at my to visit my cousin in Stark. It was fun. It was like going to Wild Adventures, but if it was trashier.
Which is kind of hard to imagine.
Right. Yeah. Like every time I go to Wild Adventures, I'm gonna kneel when they play the anthem, and then I'm like, I'm gonna get shot. Sorry, but we rode the Gravitron.
But people might not know what Wild Adventures is, because that's a regionally specific thing.
Wild
It's
Adventures is a place with a lion and some roller coasters in Valdosta. And I'm
It just has
glad
a lion.
it's got the one. And there's some monkeys too. They throw shit. Like monkeys do, you know. But so I'm glad that it gives some revenue to the area.
Sure.
And those roller coasters are real fun.
Yeah.
But also it's trash. And I forget until I get there every time. And I'm like, ooh, should I have worn a tank top? I'm feeling a little... oh, no, I'm fine. I will not be the worst one here today. But so we went to the fair in Stark. And I'd ridden the Gravitron a million times until I ate, with no effect. And then I ate 3 funnel cakes in a row and went on it. Mm-hmm. And then I vomited. And
Yeah.
then from then on...
Did it ruin funnel cakes and Gravitron for you?
Thankfully, no. Just Gravitrons.
Good. Yeah. Take it or leave the Gravitron funnel cake. I'm in.
I'm still in. I'll eat the whole thing. The whole thing.
Speaking of things that break you for things, I've been watching American Horror Story.
No.
And I just started it. And I think they're about to start season 6, I think. And so I watched the original one, like a couple episodes when it came out, and then I just stopped. I don't know. It was too scary because I'm kind of a wuss for scary
I was going to say,
things.
is it scary, or I've not watched any of them.
And then I watched there's one season called The Coven,
Yeah,
and that's
about
about
the
witches in New Orleans. And that's not scary to me at all.
Right.
Witches don't scare me.
Yeah.
And it was really awesome, and I watched it, and it was great. But so recently I just started watching The Hotel, which is one, it's got Lady Gaga in it.
Okay.
And
How's she acting?
she's she's good in
Because
it.
A Star is Born is coming out.
She's unlikable, which is the point.
Yeah.
Of the character.
You nailed it.
She nailed it. It, to me, I don't know how I managed to not know what I was getting into. It's not that it's scary, it's just insane and kind of upsetting. Like, it's so graphic. There's so many graphically upsetting things
Really?
in it. Like,
That's the way I felt about Dexter. Like, I was cool
But
with
was
him
Dex-
killing the people.
was Dexter on Showtime or HBO or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's on regular TV?
That's the part. I think it comes on 10 p.m. on FX, which I'm pretty sure is part of basic cable.
Yeah.
There is a scene where this, like, weird melty flesh body
Blah,
creature
blah.
is wearing a corkscrew strap-on and ass fucks a guy to death.
Stop. You could have stopped when we started talking about American Horror Story.
So,
But
I
definitely
don't see
with
how
that.
that's on regular TV. It's also Schmitty from New Girl. Schmidt.
Oh, I love him though.
Yeah, he dies in that episode.
Oh, at least I'm glad he's not the ass fucker to death guy. I love
He
him.
plays
He's fine.
he plays a really good melty, flesh-bodied
Corkscrew dildo guy.
strapper. Like, it's the weirdest. It's so, but I can't stop watching it because also the stories are good. Like, that guy is a good storyteller, Ryan Murphy. I like him a lot. I like
Okay.
all of his shows.
What other shows does he make?
He did Nip Tuck, and he did Desperate Housewives, and then he did all the American Horror Stories, and I think he does Pose.
I don't know about that.
You don't know what Pose is?
No.
Oh, it's really good. You should look it up.
Okay.
It's about the, like, ball scene in New York City, like voguing,
Oh,
those kind of balls.
Okay.
Not like ball scene, you know.
I don't want that ball.
Not
scene.
like a
swingy ball scene.
not like a ball scene. It's really good, but so the makeup and the costuming and the set design and, like, everything about the show is so good. American Horror Story, that I can't stop watching it, but also it's so graphically
Gross.
upsetting and traumatizing. Yeah. I mean, and, like, there's a lot of instances where they're sewing flesh, and I hate that.
Yeah, like when they were the.
But I
guys, like-
still watch it.
Yeah. Guys, like, look at me. I'm gonna hang myself from a couple of hooks.
Oh,
on
yeah.
the back skin.
On the back skin.
On the back skin. I wouldn't want his front skin either. Don't hang off of any hooks for me. But
It's a pass on the hook hanging for you. It's a hard pass.
front or back skin. Don't want it any of it.
Yeah. But so, like, I can't look away, which is what's even more interesting to me, is the psychological.
That's your Jersey Shore. You can't stop watching it.
I can't stop.
Like, this is horrible. Play episode.
Next
one.
episode, right, binge.
Of course I'm still watching Netflix, you
Judgy.
judgy asshole. God.
I hate it when they ask me that. If I wasn't still watching, I'd turn you off.
Right.
Thanks.
Also, always auto-playing everything, like auto-starting things.
Yeah.
But you need to know if I'm still watching shit that I said I want to watch. Didn't think that one out, did you? I hate them, but I love them.
them.
I want to keep them.
I mean, I'm keeping them.
I want to watch all my shows on them.
But I will be irritated by
Right.
you inanimate object. And I'm going to shit talk you
All day.
all
I
the
hate
time.
Netflix. I love you.
I hate you. I love you.
Get out of here. Come back.
Right. Exactly. That's how I am with all my relationships. I'm going to binge watch and then I want you to go away.
Until I need to binge watch again. then I need to come back.
Come here. No, go away. No, come here. Go away.
You don't even need a car, where we going, baby? Hop up in the rocket and let go.
The other show that I'm watching, and I know that you're not watching it because I asked you if you were watching it. I've asked everyone if they watch this show. It's called I Love You, America, and it's the Sarah Silverman show on Hulu.
I've watched a little bit of her stand-up stuff, and I like her, but I think for me, and it's something I need to get over because I like it in theory, like that vulgarity, or like, I don't know, like there's that, what's the other girl? She's a blonde stand-up. She just...
Amy Schumer.
Yep. Her.
Blonde vulgar. I was like, I know who you're talking about.
Well, it
right
could have been
away.
Chelsea Handler, who I was also going to
that's
mention.
true. Yeah.
And so I liked it. I'm like, yeah, girl, say whatever you want. Oh wait, what's she talking about? God, just something about tampons? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, slap them in the face with it. But also, please don't tell me. So, I feel like they're funny.
This might be a good, like, baby...
My
like,
gateway.
yeah, this is a gateway Sarah Silverman for you. Because it's not... She's way less crass. And it's very political, which you dig. And she's a super leftist, which you also dig.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, let's do this.
Right. Yeah.
Is it all sketch, or is it stand-up, or is it both, or is it...
So she does like a monologue in the beginning, and then she usually interviews one or two people, and then a lot of it is her spending some time with people who have totally different opinions than she does.
Huh. Okay.
Which I like, because I don't know, because I feel like alienating yourself, it doesn't necessarily solve anything.
Oh, I agree. I've talked with plenty of people that are like, just write them off. Nope.
Yeah.
Don't want to see them anymore. But there's no way that we can operate without any, like, discourse. I'm not saying stand there and be berated by someone.
Right.
But, I mean, if I think about how I was when I was 18 and basically just regurgitating everything my super Republican 6-foot-high sign made for him and mounted into the back of his truck when George W. Bush won. Grandfather, if I was just spouting all the shit that he was saying, not really knowing what I was talking about, until somebody was like, you're an idiot. Why don't you think about the things that you say? And I was like, you're right.
I will.
That's probably something I can do. Thank you. So, it made me think, because I was like, oh, well, what am I talking about? What do I actually think about this?
Yeah.
And without that, I just probably would have been, I at some point would have leveled off and gained some sense, but you gotta talk to people.
Yeah, and I think there's something helpful and useful, even if it's not someone that you that you actively disagree with, but like experiencing things through someone else's eyes, I think is helpful.
Yeah.
Whether you agree or disagree at the end, I think just like
seeing their
hearing
perspective.
where someone comes from, like how did you get to a place where that is your held belief? What got you there? So it's an interesting program, and she's still crass and funny, but
All right, I'll watch it.
I mean, you don't have to, but I do. I would. I don't know.
You're gonna talk to me about it until I watch it.
Yeah, that's true. Every
Yeah,
time I
so
see,
just
I'll be like,
watch all
"Hey,
of them
did you
tonight."
watch the episode?" Yeah,
So I'll just binge watch tonight.
perfect.
Yes,
Perfect.
Netflix. I'm still watching.
It's on Hulu.
That's why I said Hulu. I'm still watching. Dang it.
Speaking of your grandparents and your upbringing,
Yeah. Ooh, where are you going with this? I didn't read my outline. What part are we on?
because we're in the South and
yeah.
we're very Southern, and we were raised by Southerners.
I'm a mama, I'm a papa.
Yeah, but we're also queer as the day is long, and now like liberal and left.
Yeah.
And
I was just waiting for somebody to when I posted about being like a leftist socialist. What's the Cynthia
Nixon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shared hers.
Democratic
about, like, all
socialist,
these things
yeah.
make me a democratic socialist. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, also, guns, get out. No one gets them. And I was just waiting for someone
Yeah.
I knew to be like, except for, and I'm like, no, just none.
Yeah.
So super left.
Right. How do you feel about that?
About being a big old tranny in Southern.
Yeah.
Right, just get to the point.
Yeah.
I think it worked really well for me. I think I've got one of the better stories in that all of my family was just like, I don't know, that's just Sarah Beth. That's just what's happening right now, I guess. I don't know. But being able to talk to people and being amiable and like really getting along well with everyone has played, I think, a big part in being Southern and queer and accepted. I mean, I've always gotten along with really, really country people because some of that's where I come from. But, it doesn't hurt that my go-to is comedy, my distraction.
Right.
My how to make things comfortable again. It's like, hey, look at this joke. That's real funny over here.
We've nailed that defense mechanism.
Right, like self-deprecating humor. Come see us. we know how to use that well. But honestly, I've had a really good experience. My grandmother, I finally stopped shaving once I'd been on testosterone a while, and went down and visited them. And she was like, "Well, Billy Lee, you got a beard." And I was like, yep, I do, Mama. And she was like, "Huh." And she just kind of sat there for a minute, and she goes, "Well, I figure you wanted one so bad you just grew it." I was like, well, it's not exactly how things work, Grandma. I did have help with, drugs.
I thought real hard about it.
I was like, oh, beard. And then I got one hair. Bing! Bing, yeah. I was like, you remember those, hormone patches that you have? I have something similar, but different.
Yeah, so did you have those kind of like that in-depth of conversation with them? And did they get it? Or it was just like, it is what it is, and we love you, and so, okay, moving on.
A little bit of both. Like, I didn't ever go into great detail with them unless they asked me. It's like, I think we were at one of my great aunts passed away. No, my great uncle. And my other great uncle was like, you on them hormones? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, kind of figured what with the beard and all. And I was like, get it. You are on point.
Nothing gets by you.
Right. No, I'd say that like I'm making fun of him. I totally love him so much. But it definitely was like, if you ask, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Whatever. Most things.
Yeah.
But
pre hormonal transition though, I mean, because you've gone by Billy ever since I knew you.
Yeah, I started going by Billy, I think, at like 17.
So was your family already calling you that? Some
of them would.
Yeah.
Some of them wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that there's probably still some of my family that calls me my other name.
Yeah.
One of my cousins, again, it's with the funerals. Like, I need to see my family more than when people die. But that's what it's been lately.
Yeah.
One of my cousins was, he was real distraught, and he hugged my neck, and he was like, "Oh, Sarah Beth, I'm so upset." I was just like, "Oh, buddy, I know, it's rough." Like, what,
Yeah.
I don't think he meant to, like, I don't think it was a dig. He was just...
Yeah.
That's whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Though. To, like... Well, because, like, if I looked at your face... I feel like maybe that would be like
I know, right?
A literal visual reminder that that person doesn't go by that name anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a long while, people still, and good friends of mine would still insist on calling me, like, I met you as Sarah, so that's what I'm going to call you. I was like, my mom pushed me out of her vagina, and she's cool with it, so maybe you could get on board.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah.
But it's definitely different here in the South. I mean, I have, and I've been thinking a lot about this lately, so I'm glad that we're talking about it. So I have my, my Southern tattoo on my bicep, which is, for everyone that doesn't know me, is, it's a rebel flag, but it's a gay rebel flag, right? And so initially when I got it, I was like, oh, this will be so good. I'm just going to, like, stick it to those redneck assholes that want to fly a rebel flag. And, put it, maybe, like, gay it up.
Yeah.
When do I not want to gay something up?
Never that I've known you. Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to take their thing and I'm going to use it as my own. And now I just got a rebel flag on my arm.
Yeah.
Is what it is. So I still love where I'm from, but want to, recognize that there's a lot of fucked up things here too. But I think there's fucked up things everywhere. Like this, I was reading an article and I was like, surprise, he's from the South. And I was like, wait.
No, yeah, there's fucked up
everywhere.
racist assholes all over the world. Yeah.
But
it is literally a symbol of that, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like when people try to...
It's not hate. And I'm like, but I'm pretty...
That's
it totally
literally
is.
what it is, though.
Right.
When they're like, it's heritage, not hate. And you're like, yes, but
your
the
heritage is hateful.
hate, though.
Yeah.
Like, so...
Like, if I was just like, look at my...
It's a twofer.
Look at my rainbow swastika. I'm like...
right.
Yeah,
That's
at
like
some point
literally
it
the
was...
point of it.
At some point it was... This is not even the rebel flag, but at some point then the swastika had a different meaning. But once it was co-opted by Hitler...
Right.
No more freebies.
It doesn't get to mean anything else.
No, it just means that.
Right.
And so the more I wake up, the more I'm like,
Yeah.
Except for I think that just means I have a rebel flag on my arm, and I don't want any. Like when I was at Wild Adventures, I was like, well, I'm not lifting my arm today because I don't want any white people to see it and be like, oh, I know him, and I didn't want any black people to see it and deservedly spit in my Coke.
Right.
Because I'm just gonna
walk
gonna wear a
around
tank
with your arm.
top. I'm gonna only use the left arm for things. So I mean,
So do you have like? It's a large.
it's a bicep sized tattoo.
Bicep-sized tattoo. Yeah. Do you just do like a black it out?
Right. Like I was gonna talk to my tattoo artist, like send him a picture and be like, how could we cover
What
this
could we
that
do for
wasn't
this?
just a big black square?
Yeah.
Like what would be awesome to cover it up
Yeah.
with? Because like I said, I love what being from the South means to me. Mm-hmm. But not
That's something.
all of the bullshit that comes with that, I think.
Yeah. And that's something, like, that's a conversation that I have with friends of mine who aren't from the South so often, especially because I lived in D.C. and around D.C. for so long, and then when I actively chose to come back to the South, people don't really get it, and there's sort of like because all that you get really is, like, bumpkin-y portrayals.
Right. Well, I mean, just like Jersey Shore is
right. That's not every person.
that's not every person in Jersey,
Right.
but Honey Boo Boo
right.
is every person in
every
the South.
person.
Like they're all
Yes,
Cletus
correct.
the Slack Child local about things.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so not, and so it is interesting to really love the South as a place to live, but to also at the same time recognize, like, yes, but there's lots of things that are broken and have been broken and need to be fixed, and but it kind of goes back to the, like, yeah, but if every person that wasn't racist just left the South, then
Right. Well, it's like
I'm not leaving it to the racists. Like
when Trump gets elected,
I love
like
to
we
live
can't
here.
move out of our country. Like,
Right.
I mean, I want to live in Mexico anyway because
Right, you
the
do.
beach and no shoes. For me, not anyone else.
Right.
Everyone else has to wear shoes, but not the ones with the weird toe things. But like you can't just leave because you're like, oh well, they've ruined it for everyone,
Right.
and now I'm going away.
This
Then,
is shitty, and I can afford to go.
yeah,
Right.
And then you're just like,
Right.
oh, who do you leave behind,
Right.
and what do they have to live with?
Right. I think that, like, we need good people everywhere.
Like
Causing
us.
causing
High
good
five.
trouble. High five. Yeah, because I really do love so many things about it, and also Florida gets such a shitty rap. I was talking to my sister about
Florida
this.
man.
Florida man. I was talking to my sister about this the other day, and she was like, "God, it's like." I mean, people cut out articles out of newspapers and leave them on my desk, and people are always sending me email links, and it's like, yeah, I get it. There's idiots there, okay, but also, it's not just that. But, like, so is it? I don't know. It's such a weird thing to cling to. Like, I feel like you could go to any state and pick bonkers news out of their local.
Yeah, I mean, we do
newspapers,
with
like-
the trivia where it's like current events, and it's the off-color weird current events.
Right. It's like the
A lot of them are in Florida.
I mean, a lot of them are.
But there's some that are
It's
not.
a large state. To our defense,
Right.
It's a large state.
Very large.
But, like, there's so many amazing things about it, and, like, I don't know. Like, the beaches are beautiful, but we also have tons of springs and rivers and lakes, and it's
forests.
and
Where I grew up, where like going to my grandparents' fish camp, and I'm in the middle of 40 acres in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
and people's
fishing
idea
on
of
a
Florida
creek.
is like Miami or Disney World.
Which I've not been to Miami. I
I've
went
never
once.
been to Miami either.
I went
We
once
should
for a
go.
wedding. We went down there, went to the wedding at the hotel,
That doesn't count.
stayed the night, and drove
Yeah,
back.
that doesn't count.
I know, we should go Miami, vice it up.
I do have a lot of linen blazers with shoulder pads.
Yes, and I
Totally
got a lot of
down.
boat shoes.
Together we are Crockett or Tubbs. I don't know which one is which.
I don't remember either.
I never actually watched that show.
Me neither.
Yeah. But like I feel like there's so many great parts of it, and when people don't understand because it's like all they know is like Florida man who like
Got naked and
Wrestled
drunk
an
and they
alligator
set
and-
his house on fire with
yeah,
mac and cheese.
right, like
Or
all
whatever,
of
yeah.
the stupid things, or
Or the
it's
seniors.
just yeah, that's true too.
But yeah, it's beautiful. And I like being from here, and I don't think it's a bad thing to have pride in where you're from. I think the part that needs to be addressed the most is that I can love the South and disagree with a whole bunch of shit in it.
Yeah.
Like, I can be super excited about being from North Florida
Yeah.
and be like, oh, also, there's a lot of racist shit around here
Yeah.
that I'm trying to call out,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I think it's interesting too. I mean, my family's not really from the South. My mom grew up in Virginia and Alabama, which are southern
That's
states.
very southern.
But Virginia was right outside D.C.,
Oh, nope.
so that doesn't really
Got
count.
cityfied.
But her parents were both from teeny tiny towns in Alabama, so
Ooh.
very,
I wonder if we're related.
very southern. But I feel so lucky because I just like we both had such positive experiences of like coming out and being queer and being trans or
Yeah, I feel bad.
Gender
I want to go
non-conforming or,
help.
like-
Yeah.
yeah. And so like when I hear other people's stories, I just think like, God, I feel so lucky.
Yeah.
Like I can count on the number, like on one hand, the number of times that I've felt, uncomfortable or like I've always had a job that didn't give a crap about any of it other than are you a good employee, and like my family and my friends. I didn't come out to who I thought was my best friend and then have them never talk to me again. Like
Right, yeah.
there's just so many versions that could have been shittier, and so like yeah, it just blows my mind sometimes, and I try to remember it always and not take it for granted.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing for me.
Yeah, I think about it. I mean, because your family is like very southern, and I always just think, God, why can't everyone just act like Billy's family?
Well, I mean, and most of them, I think that they're probably, how do I don't know. There's enough queers now that it's like commonplace. I have a lot of cousins that are queer.
Yeah,
Because it goes on down in your blood.
yeah,
But-
yeah. That's true. I guess it is. It is.
But so that doesn't mean that they're also not still racist,
Well, no. Yeah.
right? Like they're fine with, it was like I heard somebody say one time they were moving to Texas, and it's like, well, you know that they have people of color too. Like that, there's a lot of, you're going to South Texas, like literally right over the border.
Right.
There's a lot of Mexicans.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, at least they're not fucking black. And you're
Right.
like, I don't, why are we talking still?
Right.
But then it's like, why wouldn't we discourse about this?
Right.
Because I don't want to just write you off, you racist.
I don't want to write you off, but I will tell you off, you
Right.
racist.
You racist piece of shit. Come here.
Yeah. No. And you're right. And like I think
And not to say, like, all,
that's an interesting thing too, because like sometimes it takes having it be personal for
Oh,
people
absolutely.
before they can wrap their limited.
right, like you hate people of color, and then your child marries someone, and you have a grandkid.
Right now, all of a sudden, everything's fine.
Yeah, like you're like, or is it just
Or is
the
it
one
just
person?
okay for right?
Is it just that one
Right.
person? Is it just me? Like,
Right.
I'm a good person,
And
so
they
you'll
know you and
tolerate
they love
it.
you.
But
Right.
then they're like, get them men in dresses out my goddamn restroom.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think.
Yeah.
They don't say it to me. But also,
Yeah.
we only ever talk at funerals. So there's a lot of crying
So
that
maybe
happens.
don't spend more time.
Right.
With
I mean,
because you had said that you should
Right,
see
maybe I
them
should.
at other times
No, I
besides
don't
funerals,
think
but
so.
maybe not. I think about that all the time because after my mom passed away, we basically didn't talk to her side of the family anymore. Not on purpose, but we just, my dad never went with us. And so if
your mom wasn't there,
if we went to Alabama, we were only going with my mom.
Yeah.
And so after she passed away, we just didn't go to Alabama anymore. And like, I have a few cousins that I am in touch with like via social media, and they seem delightful, and we have back and forth, and I am who I am on social media. So it's like, it's not like they don't see me or read the things I post, and we still have fine engagement. But like, there's zero part of me, like, I basically didn't go back to Alabama, well, even before my mom passed away, because like, I moved away. I moved when I was 17, and I didn't go on trips again. And so like, I don't know, I was probably like 15 or 16 the last time I went. There's like zero part of me that's ever wants to go back. Like, it was already uncomfortable at 16. Yeah. And I still purchased some of my clothing in the women's clothing store or section. I don't even know. They have their own stores. I don't even know. It's like, but like, they were weird about my hair. They were already kind of weird about the way that I dress. And so like, I just don't, like, I guess now I'd be more comfortable having that conversation, or at least just having any conversation.
Well, you're more comfortable in yourself.
But at 16, I was just like, I don't ever want to go here again. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I just fucking feel weird. Leave me alone.
And so one of the things, I can't remember now who it was that told me, but one of the things that I really kept was, you know, when people are not accepting you or they're not calling you the right name, and it's like, to have the strength to be like, that's your problem. Yeah. That is none of that is mine. So get on out of here with that mess. Or, you know, come on and let's have a discourse about it. But yeah, it's like, you don't have to internalize it. You don't have to have it be part of your stuff, because it's totally just their hang up. But that's also, true. I'm 38 and not 16 or 17 with my weird family I don't see often.
Right. But that's a great reminder, because that is their stuff.
Right.
Like we know who we are.
I'm just me. Right. So
yeah. Yeah.
You deal with it, you weirdo. What's your problem?
What's your problem? I'm trying to be nice to you. Stop asking me if my boyfriend minds my short hair. I don't have one.
No, my girlfriend's fine with it.
My girlfriend hates it when I have boyfriends, so it's not a prob.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of in the South and the things that we love about it, we both love swimming in all of the things that you can swim in. So yesterday I went swimming at Wakulla Springs, which is amazing and beautiful.
Yeah, I know what it is. No, I'm just playing.
Freezing cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to talk about irrational fears. That's why I'm bringing this around. Because I have several. One of them is, so there's the diving platform. There's 2 levels. Yeah. I'm terrified of both levels.
Even the bottom one?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I probably wouldn't go off the top one now at this age. I mean,
well,
like
I did it yesterday.
You went off the top one?
Yeah,
did someone push you?
No, but I was afraid that a stranger was going to push me the whole fucking time. So I walked up there, and I was up there with my friend Shelly, and she's like, "Come on, let's do this." And I was like, "Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down." She's like, "Just do it. Let's 1, 2, 3. We'll jump." But there were people, and they weren't really waiting, because that's the other thing, is like, I hate if you go up there and then I feel like I'm holding other people back from jumping.
Just go.
Right. It's been 10 minutes.
Get out of the way.
So I did.
Our Wakulla Springs people are really nice. Like, our interpretation of them.
Yeah,
You fucking suck.
Nobody ever has done that at all. I know.
Get out of here, queer.
It's not like that at all.
I know, right? They're just like, oh, okay.
Okay, well, you take your time.
No worries.
So I did jump, but it was scary. But really, how silly are irrational fears? Because a stranger's not going to push me off a fucking platform.
They might. It's probably
Stop it.
super rare.
You're not helping me.
I'm gonna go in a costume to Waukesha
It's
Springs
hard.
next time you go, and push you.
And then they have these floating dock things that are out there that you can like swim through the spring and climb up the ladder and lay and sit on the dock. And so I'm always afraid
Your legs are gonna float under there and something's gonna get it.
someone's going to grab my leg as I walk
from
up the
underneath
ladder.
the-
Yeah. Who's under there?
The spring monster. Spring monster's grabbing your legs.
No one is going to. And like, also, you know how many times that's ever happened? 0 times.
That we heard of. Those people probably died.
But not to...
the spring monster got them.
I mean,
never
to
heard from
me,
them again.
No one. It's never happened to me. That's the thing I don't understand is how fears that are based on no previous experience. Like,
You know what would be horrible if it happened?
right.
Like, you just make something
Your brain just makes up
Yeah.
a scenario to terrify you for no reason. So as I'm swimming over to this thing with my adult friends, I'm like, oh, I hate these ladders. And so I say that out loud. And so my friend goes, oh, why? And I was like, oh, fuck, now I have to tell you why.
Because I slipped once on them one time and
So I said,
ripped
oh,
my foot.
because I'm always afraid that, like, someone's going to grab me from underneath it. And they both just stopped and looked at me. And I was like, I mean, I know that they're not, but I'm still afraid every time.
Yeah, but that's still there.
Every time. Also, I can't sleep in bed without my feet under the covers
Yep, me too.
because something will get me.
Yeah, it's whatever lives under the bed.
Correct.
When we redid the bedroom, I was super glad that the bed rail was broken because now it sits on the floor. And I did see Monsters. What was that one with the Wonder Years kid, Kevin?
Fred Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Howie Mandel.
I think it's called Monsters.
Yeah,
Yes.
Monsters something, not Ink because
No.
that's a cartoon.
And that's not scary.
But also, like, they unfolded the couch bed to get out.
Oh.
The monsters unfolded the couch bed. So I was like, possibly some monsters could come out of here. But I was much more comforted that it was on the ground.
Yeah.
Flat on the ground.
Your bed is.
Yes.
Now.
Because I would usually get a running start. To not get close to the bed. Because I guess monsters also have really short arms. Like, they're just like, oh, God, I missed it.
It's just like
Let him
an
put on a
angry
shoe over here.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
Let him put on a shoe over here.
I'm going to fucking get him one of these days.
But that's true.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't either.
Like, when I would sit down, I would get over there and sit down, and then I would keep my feet up. Sometimes I put them on the wall next to my bed, so I could brush my feet off, so none of them would drop to shoot, like,
Right.
monster level.
Right.
Speaking of feet, how much do I hate those?
So much.
It's kind of not an irrational fear. Like, I mean, I guess I am scared of feet touching me. Like, you got socks off. You took your socks off when we started this and tried to put them on the table. What in the fuck? And now they're real close to my feet because we're sitting close, and so I'm like...
My feet are close to your feet right
yeah,
now.
and they could touch me at some
They
point.
could.
Mm-hmm, that'd be gross.
And I won't do that to
I
you.
know, because you love me.
Correct.
I would still
I respect your
be a
boundaries.
stranger and push you off the thing.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that. But yeah, I have to look at everyone's feet if they're out, like if you're wearing a sandal or a flip flop.
You can't
I
not
can't
look
not
at it,
look at feet.
but you're upset when you see them.
Yeah, circling back, Wild Adventures in line. Like 3 people ahead of me was this guy. Looked relatively fine.
Yeah.
Like he seemed clean. Like he had on clean clothes, but has flip flops.
Yeah. What was happening on his
Looked
feet?
like he was helping Mama dig a garden with them. Like there were gnarly toenails that all had dirt underneath them, and I just couldn't stop staring. And I actually wanted to like, I was gonna text my wife and be like, "Do you believe the feet in front of us?" But then I know she'd be like, "You're crazy. Stop looking at feet that you don't like."
Why do you not just not look at them?
I can't not.
Yeah.
Like I could tell you what your feet look like right now because I've seen them enough.
Are you looking at them peripherally right
No.
now as we speak?
No, I'm not. Because once I've seen them, I don't like. I've seen your feet enough that I don't have to look at them anymore. But if we were new, haven't seen Heather's feet. That could be a hot mess. Right there. I don't think I've seen her without socks.
Yeah.
Oh God, she's showing them to me. Also, I like to see people's feet match them. Like to see a tall, skinny girl,
It's
but
like
she's got
a
real
Carpet matching the drapes
chubby,
situation?
like short feet.
It's-
Yeah, like their feet should match their body. So if they're tall and lanky,
They should have long, skinny feet?
Yeah,
Interesting.
and if they're short and tubby, the opposite.
Okay.
So also when I see that doesn't match, I'm like, huh, Wonder what's happening there. Some kind of feet anomaly. And I wish I could ask them. That's weird, though. Definitely not ask people.
So what's up with your feet?
Why are your feet so fat? But you're like 6 feet tall. Looks like you wear like a size 7 triple wide.
Yeah.
And your toes. Really, what's happening there?
I was just going to ask, is there worse parts of feet for you?
Yeah, like I don't think a heel would bother me. It's definitely toes.
Yeah.
Also, I guess there's a dirty element. Like when people's feet are dirty. Mm-hmm. That's weird. But the toes the most, I
But
think.
realistically, your hands are dirtier than your feet for most people because you wear
Unless
socks
you've
and
been in
shoes.
the Swanee and Swifty. Swifty feet.
Unless, right, you're correct.
Let's walk around barefoot.
But, like, think of all the things you touch with your hands.
That's true.
But, like, you wouldn't be weirded out if someone wanted to shake your hand.
Just pictured you handing me your foot for a handshake.
Well, that was my next point. Was
What?
a foot shake.
I would not foot shake with you.
Yeah.
With my foot or my hand.
Yeah. When you were a kid, did you do the bicycle thing where you put your feet on another person's feet and you go back and forth like a bicycle?
I think we would.
And then,
And also didn't mind like playing airplane on feet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Always with the feet? Or
I don't know. My sister hates them too. I'm convinced there was some kind of traumatic event.
a foot thing?
A foot happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. A foot happening. There's something afoot here. And now we hate them.
Trouble afoot here, you asshole.
No, there's 2 trouble of feet here. Yours. Cover them up, please. And thank you. Also, people want to ask me why I don't like why I'm not bothered by my feet.
Yeah.
Well, I've had 38 years to get used to my feet. They're not the greatest.
Yeah.
But I've seen them enough that they're past that point now. Mm-hmm. But if I just saw yours, whew.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
like
some
the
talking.
opposite of a foot fetish.
Yeah, although I guess there's a fetishy part to it in that I can't stop looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's more compulsory.
Right.
Like I'm just like, oh, man.
Like it's the Jersey Shore. It's the
Yeah.
Jersey Shore of body parts for you.
It is. I'm like, what a fucking hot mess.
Yeah.
I don't want to look, but I'm looking.
So let's say, though, that someone had, like, a traditionally aesthetically pleasing foot. Like, it was
That's okay. Every now and then.
proportionate according to your
the toes
foot
weren't
rules.
wonky.
Yeah. Yeah. It's buffed.
That's fine.
There's not
That's
a bunch
also a
of-
thing too. Is like why are you bringing your feet out in public when you don't do anything to them? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, so I take back my initial heel statement. If that heel is fucking cracked and gray, like put it away.
Yeah.
Do you have the diabetes? We'll put
Right.
on a sock. They make those for that.
Right.
Don't. Get your feet ready to go out, and most people don't. Maybe that's what it is. Like most people don't
So
care
it's
for
not
their
that you
feet.
don't like feet. You're just foot judgy as fuck.
Yes. Feet are like that's where I practiced judging award shows. It's like I don't know who that Carrie Underwear looking bitch thinks she is.
I started out with just judging the shit out of your feet, and now I've moved on to the rest,
The rest
of you.
of it is what's happening now. Your feet are all right. They're not horrible.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just telling you. My assessment.
That's funny because I actually have a foot insecurity.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that to be funny. That's true.
The things we find out on podcasts. Wait, so what are
let's
you
stop
insecure
looking at
about?
them.
What would you? How are your feet insecure?
Well,
Making you insecure.
I have a buffing, exfoliating.
Habit.
I was gonna say addiction, but sure, habit works too. I'm very conscientious of if parts of me need to be buffed.
Yeah, your heels are on point. They're fine.
Thanks for noticing.
You're welcome.
That doesn't just happen.
Right. You got to work at it, bitches.
Right. And also because I spend all of my time and all of my jobs have meant that I stood on my feet and have walked on concrete floors.
Yeah.
I feel like there's areas that need attention. And so I just feel
pamper your
very,
feet.
I do.
Good.
I have multiple implement tools
I don't
for it.
ever want to see.
I would never do it in front of you because
you.
I know how you feel.
Right.
And so I wouldn't.
Like
but
if there's a feet thing in a bathroom and I'm just like, I'm gonna shit in the yard. It's not happening. I'm not going back in the bathroom. Put your feet thing away.
But yeah, so I feel sometimes weird because I think that I don't have a foot fetish, but when I see people who take good care of their feet,
Right, you're like, thank you.
I'm a little bit envious of it too, because I'm always like, your feet look really nice. Like they look soft, and like if they
There's no
accidentally
rough
touched
spots
me,
on
I
there.
wouldn't be upset by it.
Looks like they probably don't smell.
Right? Yeah.
You've done wonders with that
So
polish.
exactly, which is why I paint my toes, because I don't ever paint my fingernails, and there's no other part of me that
I paint
gets
both,
adorned.
and it started with the feet because I was like, oh, I need to make these look better
Yeah.
because I don't like my toenails,
Yeah.
right? And then I was like, oh, except nobody gets to see that shit. I need to paint my fingernails.
Yeah.
So that's
Isn't
why.
that funny though? Because it's more like attention grabbing by coloring
Right?
them.
Yeah.
But I've done that with other parts of my body. Like I feel weird sometimes about my legs because they're ridiculously muscular in like
They
an
are.
annoying way.
Like you could kill someone with your legs.
Correct. But so I have tattoos on them though because I
Right.
like
You're
to
like, "Look at
decorate them. Yeah.
We draw attention to the parts that were.
But which is like the opposite. Like you would think I would just only wear pants,
Right.
but I don't. I hate wearing pants. I always wear shorts.
Right.
But what I did do was I put art on those bad boys.
Right. So I'm like, it's hot. I'm not going to wear shoes. I'm only going to wear flip flops.
Yeah, but I'm going to paint my toes.
And also, I hate feet.
Right.
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know.
It's just how we roll.
Brains are weird.
Brains are super weird.
Brains are so weird, but I really like them.
Like a lot? Like, is this gonna segue into a brain fetish that you got? Like, I just love the way it wrinkles. And if you're a zombie, you
That
can
cortex
eat it.
gets me going.
Medulla oblongata. Like, what a medulla oblongata that one's got.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I just I think that we're interesting animals.
Yeah, our brains are completely fucking
So
weird.
Yeah. Bunny,
Yeah, this is fun.
this was so fun.
I wanna do it again.
Like high five. This was super fun, and I
I'm
really
gonna start a
appreciate
podcast called B and D, and it's gonna come on every night when yours comes on, and we're gonna see who's wins. Is that how these things work?
it. That's not how it works.
I'm still gonna do it, and your part is gonna be pretend. Like I'll just pretend to be you the whole time. Like, hi guys, it's Dylan. I'm back. I'm done.
I
But my feet are okay.
I sound like a weird cartoon animal. Like
Stop making fun of my voice. It's just because I'm trans. You're so hateful. God. Do you know one?
you're such an asshole.
Do you know one person that we worked with? Somebody called, and I know it was because I've spoken to this rep before. They live in California. I'm pretty sure it's like a FTM.
Yeah.
One of our coworkers thought I was pranking him. I was like, no, he's just either a 14-year-old boy or he's trans. That's all that's happening.
Billy,
right
did
now.
you just call and ask to talk to yourself?
Yes, that's what he wanted to know. He's like, why are you trying to pretend you're a rep? He's like, I don't know. I like selling organic stevia to people. Like, I'm from California. It's a secret life I live.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
But yeah, we'll have to do this again.
Yes, please.
Next time, I want the 20 questions format. Like, I want it to be a super surprise. I don't know anything that's coming.
I get to pick 20 questions to ask you. You
And I'll-
don't see them ahead of time.
Right,
and
I'll
it's
just
rapid
blind
fire.
answer. Yeah.
Game on.
Okay.
All right.
It can be any. You know, I'll tell anyone anything.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh, we out.
Later.
Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed our special guest, Billy. Thanks again to him for stopping by and chatting. If you like this format, you have more to look forward to, something we're going to be doing in season 2. Hope you enjoyed it. Destinee will be back next week with all kinds of, I can't even imagine, stories to tell from her float, cruise, trapped on a boat. She's never going to sell me on it, but I'm excited to hear the stories. We'll see you next week.
Be sure to review us, like us, and subscribe. Now, if you really want to like us and you really want to subscribe, be sure to go to our website, thisisdoubld.com, and donate to us. We're going to be doing a lot of fun things with your donations. Also, be sure to follow us on all the social medias at thisisdoubld on everything. Be sure to follow my amigo Dylan at Tally Penhandle on everything yet again, and myself, yes, I'm on everything. Follow me, yeah, at d.streeter_designs, and make sure, yes, I said, make sure you follow our producers at Metal and Pluck on every freaking thing. What thing? Every freaking thing. Thank you.
Want to download the music you hear during the Double D podcast? It's a song called Galaxy Love by King Clew. Check him out wherever you download music.